Page 162, Amazing Grace. At the top of the page, they're introducing a new dynamic marking for you to know from now on forever and ever. 2 P's, pianissimo, very soft. It doesn't multiply or add. 1 P is soft, 2 P's is not twice as soft. No, 2 P's is just a little softer. So you have soft and very soft. Because we can add more P's than this, so don't get carried away. It's just very soft. Don't use the soft pedal, that's cheating now. We're gonna learn to do this with the hands. I'll talk more about it when we get to the dynamics part of the lesson. Let's go through the process of learning a piece. Look it over, it's about 1.5 pages long. Treble and bass clef, 1 sharp in the key signature. We're in the key of G major. Make sure you're doing the G major scale, at least 1 octave up and down. I got videos you've heard, okay. 3/4 time signature, and we're coming in on a pickup beat. We're coming in on beat 3. That means the first 2 beats should be someplace else, and they are. The last measure on page 163 has a half note. That's 2 counts. Let's take it one hand at a time, just so we know what the hands are doing. The right hand, they want 3rd finger on G here. That would put you in this position. Remember the F sharp, it's in the key signature, so it's part of the position. And it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and E, G together, 2, and then the left hand takes over. Then in measure 5, is it? You come up here, you change position here. You got a whole measure of resting to get up here. So 1 and 2 and measure 7, that D, that's tied, so you're going to hold that down for 5 counts, and then you go on, and then on measure 11, you got 1 beat rest to come back down here. And then on measure 13, you go back up. Oh, isn't this fun? We keep going back and forth. Well, it's whatever the music needs. Measure 15, 1 and 2 and 3 and the left hand takes care of that last bit. Speaking of left hand starts here, thumb in this position, and it gets the pickup beat. It's 3, 1, 2. So you got to rest on beat 1 and then 1, 2, 3. Measure 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is about all the left hand's doing until the last measure, the bottom of page 163. The left hand comes over and plays the G and the D. You can use any fingers you want. 2 and 4 is fine. I don't use thumb very often because I have to reach further for the thumb. So it's usually 3 or 3 and 5 or one of these, whatever. Pick some fingers and use them. Then I'll put the hands together, so we're here and here in this position. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Right there, measures 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I'm going from here to here. And you do that some more. That's about all it is. Let's go down to measure 15 just to check this. You're here. And as I'm playing these 8th notes, I get the left hand up here. Here. So I want you to have the notes and the fingering and the rhythm working. Then go through slowly and carefully and get rid of the hesitations so it's a steady beat. And then we think about the articulation. Well, here it's connected. You have the phrases. So measure 4 and lift up. You have to lift up, it's a repeated note, but it's like taking a breath. And then on measure 8, lift up. It's a new phrase. So put in the phrasing. And then we get to the dynamics. MP is mezzo piano, which is sort of soft. And again, it's the melody. Whatever you think sort of soft is. These chords need to be very soft in the background. Because it's too easy to drown out this when I do. Don't play them the same. Ugh. Again, 1 and 2. Measure 4, that's melody there. The left hand plays it. There. Measure 7 and 8, you have the hairpin to get louder. Well, this can't get louder, it dies away. But the left hand, you're very soft, a little louder. Come up to about a moderately soft in there, don't get too loud. And then the right hand takes over at loud, forte. The left hand stays in the background. Unless the left hand has melody. And then you have a hairpin on measure 11 to come back down. So you start measure 11 loud, and then softer. Come down to about a moderately soft or so. Now you're back to moderately soft. At the end, you get the hairpin. Now you got to go all the way down to very soft. Moderately soft, soft, very soft. So it's like a beat at a time. And you don't start getting softer until after the hairpin starts. So at the beginning of the hairpin, you're still at the same level. So moderately soft, soft, very soft. Just relax, let the wrist collapse a little bit. Just try to get them down at the same time, just real soft. How soft can you play it? This is one of the things you need to start doing with the scale. How soft can you play a scale? How soft, just how soft, very light. That way, if you've been practicing that stuff with the scales, when you get pieces like this, you just do them. Now the speed, well, gently. Just not slow or fast, just a nice, well, kind of like an andante thing. It's just pleasant. 2, 3, 1, 2. You don't want to go too slow because then these half notes just drag. Ugh. And you don't want to go too fast because then the eighth notes are too fast. It's just a gentle speed. Now they've added pedal. You don't really need pedal on this piece. You can do it just fine without. But they've added it, so let's talk about it. On measure 4, I'm going to push the notes down first and then the pedal. I'm going to lift the pedal right after I play the half note, measure 5. Right there. So it's, the pedal is lagging behind what I'm doing with the hands. So again, a measure 3, I'm here. Now here. Then on measure 10, it's the same thing. Notes first, then the pedal, and then lift it after I play the note. Here. Measure 12 is the same thing, and then measure 15, you push it down right after you play the notes, and leave it down for the, and then lift the pedal and the hands at the same time after 3 counts. And that's the pedal. Retardando there toward the end. So I really don't care for the pedaling they've suggested because it covers up the phrasing and it's just, ugh. It's like, why are we pedaling? What's the point in pedaling this on measure 4? All it does is connect the notes. Now if I want to connect those 2 Ds, then yes, I need to pedal it. But I don't need to pedal the whole measure just to connect the Ds. I could just pedal long enough to connect the Ds. Here. Right before I lift up to play the next D, I'll put the pedal down and then lift it up immediately after I play the D. That that connects the Ds. I don't really understand that. And then on measure 7, they don't pedal at all. I mean, if anything, that's the part you want to pedal here. Because it's getting louder and more exciting here, and I want to connect these. It's choppy without it, so I would pedal that. Measure 7, push the note down, or the pedal down after the note, here, and leave it down. And lift it up together, so we get a moment of silence for the phrase. I don't agree with her pedaling, but you want to pedal it that way. If you'd like to adjust the pedaling, by all means, listen to the sound, the effect the pedal is having to the sound, and adjust the pedal as you see fit. I would not pedal the 8th notes. You want to keep the melody clean if you can. Yeah. Remember the natural accents? 1, 2, 3, 1. It should sound at the beginning like to here, to here. Feel these. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's play this together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'll pedal it like they're suggesting. I don't agree with it. I'll give us 2 counts because we're coming on beat 3, and I'm not going to do the louds and softs. I'm going to play everything about the same. We're not performing it. We're just checking notes and rhythms. Ready, go. 2. 2 and 2. 2. 2. Now there is a duet part for this piece. I'd like to play that, and you play what we just played. I need you to go up an octave on the piano, so just pretend middle C, instead of here, is up here. So instead of down here, you're up here. Play it all up here. I'll give us 2 counts. The duet doesn't have a pickup beat, so I'm going to play that note with you. I'm going to play it down here. And then I'm going to do the duet part. Just count it carefully because the duet's got 8th notes all over the place. So you just got to pay attention to what you're doing, but try and keep a steady beat going so we stay together. I'll speed this up just a little. Ready, go.